Hey guys, what's up? It's been a little while. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe 1, maybe less. I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up. But needless to say, I've done way more than I normally would have done without you guys being here. And so let's walk around and take a look. Goodness. I'm on spring break right now, and I'm doing this. Not that I mind. I love this game, but I just think I shouldn't love it as much as I do. Now, this is the first place I wanted to start. Was all of these chickens. All of these chickens. Check this out. Let's see if we can get in here. So I'm just going to walk around and pick up some eggs. And we're just going to see how many we can get. Just from, walking around. Anyways, you can clearly tell it's the best egg farm there's ever been. I'm gonna put these up. I'm gonna make some iron swords because I don't want to deteriorate my nice sword. So I'm gonna make some iron swords. That'll kill them all in one hit anyway. And then, yep. What the world? How he got up there in that tree, I will never know. I will never know. So before I do this, I might add that I've not bred any of these guys. This is all just from hatching eggs, and it just they bred exponentially. It was just ridiculous. And look at all these eggs I'm picking up already. There we go. We're just gonna go through and kill a whole bunch of them because this is like dropping my frame rate so far down. Okay, so this is the last episode of the final. Wait, not the final. The first phase of synthetic Minecraft. I cannot hear myself. Normally I would just turn it down afterward, but since I can't, it's distracting me. I actually turn it down. How much chicken have I picked up? Not a lot. So we're gonna actually decide. I've actually decided to go ahead and we're just gonna start moving. I've done so much over the past however long it was. I've decided there's no real reason for me to move far away, and I'll finish this later. There's just too many of these. As you'll see over here, we do have a cow farm. So I went out maybe, I want to say 1,300 blocks in this like 1,600 blocks in that direction, 1,500. And it's for at least 1,000 blocks that this forest continues. And since I want to live in a forest, I mean, there's really just no reason we can't have a forest, Oops. Oh, we can't live in that forest. There's no reason. But yeah, so that was probably the most frustrating part of everything I've done since last time I recorded an episode. We got a basic little tree farm here. This is just a whole bunch of trees planted next to each other. It's not one giant tree. Yeah. This is supposed to be a vine farm. I don't know what I was thinking. Under here, or over here, actually under me right now, we have a little mob farm, and I didn't feel like setting up an automatic item elevator, so it's a little bit slow, but you'll see in a second we actually will get, well, we'll get a few things, and this might go on for a minute or so. So, sounds like we did get all of them. Let's turn this back up for you, so I don't have to, actually that's going to make things hard on me. Alright, so we're back over here in my little base cave, or whatever you want to call it. It's just a cave. We got some x-rays. I hope you guys don't mind me using those. But I have, and it's helped me a lot, really. It's helped me find some caves. Epilepsy, I'm sorry. Helped me find some things I normally would not have been able to find. And as you see, we're at least 90% lit up here. There's the mom farm over there. I made it so I could expand it up a little bit, and that drops down. You can't really see that, though. But yeah, we've lit up most of the stuff. And, see this one right here. Yep. So, if we come down here, and I don't have feather falling, but I also don't want to spend more time, because it's a 7-minute recording already. I actually did make a little change right here that you can't quite see to this cave spider farm for 1.5, because now apparently there's a change where hoppers and droppers, they actually get powered diagonally, and that really is ridiculous. So this is just a simple loop of comparators that will extend the time that these dispensers get powered, so they don't actually get repowered again, and that way it sort of counteracts that problem. Oh yes, and I was about to quit for a second, but yeah, we definitely finished this, and it looks awesome, super duper awesome. You've already seen it though. It does. Yeah, it looks really cool, needless to say. Alright, so here we are on the little mob farm guy, and this is really fun to build, actually, really fun to design. It's pretty simple. What you have is the very typical, there's a, I don't want to break anything, but there's a string in there, and mobs spawn inside of it, tripwire, and it causes pistons to push behind them. I've actually done this one step further, because mobs don't actually always get pushed off, and so what I actually have is it starts up a slow little clock. So if they don't get pushed off the first time, it'll just continue retracting and pushing again until they do fall off. And I think this makes it much more effective. And if they spawn and do get pushed off, it won't activate multiple times. It's at the perfect speed for that, I think. And I've got some more X-rays all over the place, but for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look over some pictures and talk about some of the things that I've done since you guys were gone. Some of the pictures I took. Okay, so right here, what we have is this is right in front of the portal. I just thought it looked really cool because it was just right there, and I actually had a little clip recorded that I wanted to include a long time ago, where I sort of just like went through the portal and walked into this. It was the first thing I saw, and it was just so awesome. Not really that cool, but I made a big deal out of it. So, and then right here we have, this is what I actually first saw when I dug a little staircase up, and I saw this nether fortress. I don't know if this looks the way it does because of the large world generation or whatever, large biome generation. But if it does, then everything here looks a lot smoother for that reason. And I think that's one of the best effects of the large world biomes, if it is the case, because this is probably the coolest looking nether I've ever seen. And here we go. This is actually what I first saw when I got up that little staircase or whatever. And I just sort of went around. And this was just somewhere else. I don't know. That looked really cool. Yep. So here we are in the Nether Fortress. Yes, I went through that Nether Fortress and found some nether wart on my way. I'm well on my way back. Yeah, I killed even more wither skeletons. I killed a whole bunch of them, but somehow one of the first ones I killed dropped one of these, and that was pretty crazy. It dropped that little skull right there, and I was pretty excited about that, but nonetheless, or well, even then, it's not really a big deal because I need 2 more before I can actually do anything with them. And this is what I was thinking about a second ago on my way back. I thought this looks so cool for some reason, but all it is just, dig a little spiral staircase to get up there. And yeah. So, and here's where I planted that nether wart. Not a big deal. Yep, found a cave spider, or not a cave spider, spider spawner. But there were some friends in there. There are actually like three creepers in there waiting to kill me. And then another zombie spawner. I think that's a zombie spawner. Maybe it's another spider spawner. I don't know. I don't remember. And here's another skeleton spawner. So this is where I was during the whatchamacallits. After I got all the water down for the reeds and stuff. And these actually got out of order because I played around with the names a little bit, and apparently I just messed this one up. But this was me in the process of building that spawner, so you can sort of see the inside of it now. And here is after I dug out all the space and stuff. So, and there we go. Yeah, cool. Before we go, I thought I'd go ahead and show you all the things I've collected. Some older armor. I turned this into a stone chest because I actually have 3 cobble chests now. I think I got another record. That was probably when I found that skeleton spawner. I don't know if I showed you that or not, but anyway, so we got, you know, a good bit of iron. I definitely plan to start an iron golem farm. Here are the organic stuff chest and some wood, some sand and sandstone, some food, good bit of food. Monster chest number 1. Wool chest, this is actually the area where I feel like I've collected the least. Redstone chest number 1. Cobble chest number 2. Some various, whatchamacallits, dirt chest. Sand chest number 2. Nether chest. Keyboard's dying. Enchanted book chest. It's actually how I managed to get sharpness 5 and efficiency 5 and whatever. Just from things like this, I had so many of them, I just combined them all. Mob chest number 2. Redstone chest number 2. And then we got some chests that are filled with eggs. Okay, so as I said before, this forest goes out for at least 100 blocks, and so I think it's big enough to fit what I wanted to fit here. I think the dimensions of the whole thing, I should go ahead and start with that, are going to be somewhere like 100 by 150 rectangle, you know. It's pretty huge. We're talking tens of thousands of blocks of cobble and wood and all these thousands of fences, and it's a ridiculous amount, and I doubt I'll ever get finished, but I will finish one side of it. I'll finish all of the sides of it that I'll care to see, that's for sure. And the rest of it will be covered in trees, so it won't make a difference. But it's going to be something that I just work on, you know, every once in a while. I mean, it's a lot. As you can see, this is a pretty huge forest already, and we've hardly even traveled 150 blocks, maybe. Getting lots of lag. So, what I wanted to talk about is the project that I've had in mind since I started playing this game, and it's a huge deal for me. I know it sounds silly and a little bit childish, but it's been like a dream of mine to build this kind of thing in Minecraft. And I know this is lame for the very few of you who actually know me at school are going to laugh at me when you hear me say this, even though you've heard me say it before. But I always wanted to call it Project Chateau. I know that sounds really silly, like I said, but I'm so excited to do this. As you know, a chateau is not really the French equivalent to a castle. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not like an English castle. I just think of it as a very nice sort of place to live, but it's not even really going to be like that. It's just the name I've stuck with. If you've ever seen MC Kupo, there's a cow, and I did not find that before. It's going to make me so mad. If you've ever seen MC Kupo, you know she builds everything. Everything is extremely asymmetrical and almost random, even. And it's very much like that, the kind of house I want to build. But a huge attraction to it is the gate that surrounds it. Basically, what you have is inside of this gate, it's, you know, like I said, about 100 by 150 blocks, or maybe less both ways, or more both ways, depending on how much of a slave I want to become. And inside of it, you know, it's all peaceful, everything's lit up cleverly. I don't just have torches all over the place, but I've got everything lit up, you know. And there are all these trees and all these gravel pathways and rivers, and then outside of it, everything's dark, and it's just like almost like scary place outside, you know. Clearly I have enough space. Oh, I don't want this to start a forest fire. I should have brought a bucket of water. I'll make sure to get away from that, so that doesn't screw me over. And I put the most ridiculous... I put more time into the gate in this game than I have in anything else, you know, combined. I'm gonna let time pass, because this is distracting me. Alright, I think we're good. What was I talking about? I think I was talking about the gate. Okay, so the gate, it's a 2x3 hipster door. And in fact, the first time I started working on this gate was the day I saw Cube Hamster upload his hipster door video. That was the day I was like, you know what, it would be so cool if I could do this and that. And I came up with some really awesome stuff. At least I thought back then. And I've revised it, you know, several times since then. But it has some incredibly complex functions that I'm not planning to keep anymore. But I'll go through that. I'm going to have to use hand gestures here so I can remind myself how to talk. So excuse me, I'm not going to be walking. Basically, it's a 2x3 hipster door. And, well, there was a lot to it. First off, it was so slow that I didn't want to make it take any longer or anything like that. So I built this instant T flip-flop that I would use to toggle it, because I didn't want to use a lever, you know. So I built an instant T flip-flop, and I kept noticing, you know, if you toggle it too quickly, it's going to break. So another thing I did was I put this little threshold in there. I guess threshold's the appropriate word, but say it takes 3 seconds to open. So when you press the button to open it, it won't do anything if you press the button again within 3 seconds. It actually has a little timer in there that basically makes all input, it just cuts all input off until the door is completely ready to be used. That, and I gotta stop moving around. That, and also it has this villager day and night system, which is now just completely unnecessary because we have the daylight sensor, and I mean, just absolutely ridiculous stuff like that. It makes it so much easier. But instead of using the typical and villager time of day detection system, basically the villager goes in the house and it's nighttime. If you have multiple, then, you know, maybe it'll detect a little bit faster, but you have to wait for all of them to be out of their houses before it says, okay, it must be daytime now. You know, well, I did mine a little bit differently. Basically, whenever a villager goes into his house, it sends a pulse, and whenever he goes out, it sends a pulse. And those pulses go to an RS NOR latch, which in this case was another function of my instant T flip-flop. And so that way it would toggle the state to specifically nighttime or specifically daytime. But when I did this, and this is a long time ago, there was a bug where when it was raining, villagers would just run frantically in and outside. They would have no idea where to go, what they were doing. So I built this weather detection system, which I still believe is the best one out there. And I really do. I haven't been keeping up with it. It's been several months since I've seen anybody else build one, but I think I have the best the best rain detection system out there. And so I'd like to use it for something, maybe just to play a little tune or something like that. Yeah, it was just incredibly complex, and you know, I can toggle it, you know, even though it's automatic with time of day, I can still toggle the state. And I had this thing that I wanted to add but never actually did, where in the daytime it'll toggle states, but if it's nighttime, you have to press the button twice to get it to actually stay open and stay toggled. If you press it once, what's going to happen is it's going to open just for enough time for you to walk through, and then it's going to close again. But because, you know, the time it takes to open is longer than the button press, you can press the button twice while it's opening, and I think that's what I wanted to do, to have it stay open. It was just ridiculously complex, you know, it played notes and stuff like that, huge system, and that is only one of the things that I wanted to do, only one of the redstone projects I wanted to do for this whole thing. I mean, I had, like, TNT elevators, not player launchers, freaking TNT elevators. Like, I had voice cracks all over the place, and I mean, ridiculous. Yeah, but I'm so excited for this. Let me tell you the style of this place. It's sort of like, it's on the ground, first off, but I built a few little test rooms, you know, just to see what I was looking for. Everything is, of course, mostly asymmetrical, you know, random, and here we are at the taiga biome. We're pretty far away. We're about 1,000 blocks away. I must have gone 13 or 14 or 1,500 blocks away, but the biome is definitely 1,000 blocks long. And I haven't really been out here, so this is mostly new. I've been that way. It feels like you're inside of a tree. I mean, there are leaves all over the place, and I got, you know, logs as branches going through the floor and going through the ceiling, and I really like this design. I really think I could do something cool with it. And this is the whole reason I wanted to do YouTube, is because I think it's so awesome, these ideas. Maybe not necessarily the ideas, but how much fun I have with these ideas is something that I just really wanted to share with people. Even if everyone else hates it, no one else likes it, I still have a good time with it, and so I still want to share it, you know. So that is basically the idea for this phase 2, Project Chateau, if you will, if I'm allowed to call it that. And I'd like to show you guys some samples, but I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to hold off, and I think I'm just going to. You'll see it when we start building it. But basically, what we're going to do. So what I kind of want to do, I kind of want to get a world download out there, and I don't know how you would do it, but if one out of all 2 of you, I don't mean that as a ratio. I mean, I don't expect anyone to download it, but if anyone wants to, or anyone wants to, just however, tell me where a good place to build a huge thing would be, like centered around whatever area, however you want to do it, that would be awesome. Anyway, so these are the ideas that I have for phase 2, and this is the last time, for old time's sake, that we're gonna have the music that we have now, and the logo down there. It's gonna start changing, and we're gonna see if we can do things better. We're gonna see if we can make this more interesting, less me just not even talking at all, and building these pointless little things and collecting resources. Less of that boring nonsense that no one should want to watch. If by any chance anybody here is not seen any of my other episodes, I do not recommend that you go back and watch them, because they all suck. I mean, yes, I love making them. That's the whole reason they're out there, is because of how much fun I have making them. But if you haven't seen them, I'm not recommending you go watch them, because they're not really that entertaining. They're not really that interesting. But yeah, so I have a good time doing it, so I'm going to continue. I have so much fun doing this. I'm learning to stop calling it wasting time, actually. So yeah, I'm at the 30-minute mark. I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but chances are it's going to be about that much. I don't know. Let's play that positive chart one last time and be done with Synthetic Minecraft Phase 1. And I will probably see you guys. Actually, I might even do another episode tomorrow, so stay tuned. I said, no, seriously, like, I'm gonna be out there, man. I'm ready. I got stuff done all over the place. You just wait. It's all planned out from here. Thank you so much for watching this boring episode. And for all 1, 2, or 3 of you who actually care, it would be great if you want to give me some sort of feedback. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know what else to say. This is awful. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Well, no, you wasted your time watching this. You really did. You have to accept that. Okay, so I will have to see all of you guys next time. New series? Let's listen to some of that positive chart one last time. Cool, I'll see you guys later.